This is FE Peer Review. The date is September the 1st, 2021. Building on established theories is not, quote, assuming anything. One of our well-known flat earthers, who will not remain nameless, loves to cut off any possibility of discussion and debate going anywhere by very loudly proclaiming that what you're saying presumes a globe earth, etc. We all know who I'm talking about. This is regarding that point. And it came to mind because I just watched Research Flat Moon, Dr. Bob's latest video on the transit of Venus, which was really great. I really highly recommend it. It was so informative and so clear and fundamentally simple. If somebody asked me, measure the distance to the sun by looking at Venus, I would be like, oh my God, how am I going to do that? That sounds really hard. Well, after Bob's video, I'm like, gee, I'm really not very bright. It's not that complicated. I should be able to figure this out. Anyhow, I highly recommend Dr. Bob's video, and there were some interesting comments that came about afterwards. Sable Eagle, acting as a kind of devil's advocate, left a comment there, and I really like Sable Eagle's comments. He frequently leaves comments on my videos, and I always welcome them. They're very interesting, and he also does a lot of nice short videos of his bicycle touring around the countryside, so I recommend checking out his channel. Anyway, Sable Eagle, playing devil's advocate, said, objections. Method assumes spherical Earth. Method assumes circular orbits for both Earth and Venus. These are both really awkward things to accommodate. Good job, they're nearly true. And he's correct that those assumptions, which I'm going to challenge that word in a moment, were used in Dr. Bob's video in order as a part of his method. And it worked great. Sfera, who responded, he came up with an excellent response. Having assumptions isn't an inherently flawed thing, provided the usage of the assumption is to test its validity. That rhetoric is something flatties have poisoned by pretending presumptions are inherently illogical until it suits them to have their own. Then they pretend their claims aren't assumptions. Regardless, that's the relationship between a hypothesis and its experiment. You take an educated guess, assume it's true, and go looking for its repercussions. Failing to find these is a compelling way to demonstrate the assumption cannot be true. Find them, then the assumption could be true. Repeat this process until you've convincingly demonstrated your assumption is the best, most parsimonious, could be true explanation. That is science. That's a very good analysis of the necessity of making assumptions and then testing them. I wanted to add one more thing to the discussion. We build ideas, hypotheses, and theories one on top of the next. We can't start at the very beginning every time, or we never advance. To use a simile from math, if we want to create a mathematical proof that involves some highly complex calculus, we can't reasonably be expected to have to start by proving every bit of math that precedes that back to arithmetic. Not only would we never get the job done, those proofs have been done elsewhere, and they don't need to be repeated ad nauseum. Building something on top of those proofs is not, quote, assuming anything. When something has been, quote, proven in mathematical terms, or when the, quote, evidence for natural science subjects is so strong that hypotheses are considered accepted theory, then there is no need to prove those theories again if one chooses to build on them. The evidence is in. It's old news. This is why Oakley, there's the name, is so wrong when he snipes at guests on his show for presuming the globe. His guests are building on established theories to present further ideas. Oakley can go ahead and try to debunk those established theories, but he knows he will fail. So instead he tries to make them seem in question when the questions have long ago been resolved. I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit. Please click that like button, leave a comment. Have a great day. Bye-bye.